Good evening and welcome back to Twerton Park for this Vanarama National League South fixture as Bath City host Havant and Waterlooville in a chance to get themselves back on track in this 2020-2021 season. I am Joe Acklam, your commentator. Alongside me is Quentin for this evening's game.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Joe.
Well, let's talk you through the teams for this evening. There's a change in goal actually for Bath City. Ryan Clark comes back in to captain the Romans this evening. Freddie Grant will be at left back. Jack Batten and Dan Baldwin. I think Jason Pope will be playing at right back. It's going to be a midfield that includes the new signing Josh Hours, Tom Smith probably at the point of the diamond, Lloyd James and Tom Mayhew, and then that front two, Tommy Conway and the new signing Alex Fletcher. On the bench this evening are Callum Evans, Ryan Harley, as mentioned by Jerry Gill pre-match. Tom Richards has also dropped to the bench, as has Will Henry and Callum Watts. For Havant and Waterlooville, they have a few changes themselves. It's going to be Ross Warner in goal with Benny Reid, and their captain is former Roman Anthony Straker, Musa Diarra and Sam Magri. Josh Taylor, Billy Clifford, Bedsente Gomis and Rory Deacon are going to be playing across the midfield with the front two of Danny Kedwell and Tommy Wright. Their substitutes this evening are Godfrey Poku, Christian Rowe, Tony Lee, Leon Chambers-Parallon and Musa Bakayoko. So before this evening's game, Mark caught up with Jerry Gill, so let's hear what he had to say before this evening's game.
The game tonight then, Havant and Waterlooville, obviously they didn't have a great result either on Saturday, and both teams will be looking to put it right tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sort of starting off with ourselves really, that we need to put the wrongs right tonight, and the performance level was nowhere near acceptable for what we set as a standard here at Bath City Football Club. The lads know that. We were in training last night, only not as a punishment, but to count the bodies. Frankie Artis will be missing tonight. Ryan Harley's on the bench and only probably 60-70% fit. Grant Horton's injured. So all the three boys that came off Saturday are not available for this evening really. Ryan might be able to go on in the end if needed. And we need a big reaction. We've gone with a game plan tonight. We've worked out last night that the pitch probably isn't conducive to how we want to play by building from the back. We're probably going to go into the front a little bit earlier, but with quality. We're not by no means going to be route one. There's going to be some quality, and the shape will lend itself to that. And up against a team that we know is really, really dangerous. I know they've lost at Eastbourne on Saturday. They've had an extended breakout as well with COVID in their camp. I spoke to Paul over the weekend and he said he doesn't know how players are coming back and reacting. I think 2 or 3 of them that had COVID played in the game were taken off quite early in the game on Saturday. But I've looked at the squad that's coming tonight and it's a very strong squad. He's built another very, very competitive squad down there, and we know because we played them in the FA Cup how good they can be. So we'll have to be at our very, very best to be able to compete against the Havant side here tonight.
I understand you've managed to get somebody else over the line.
Really pleased with this one. I've signed Alex Fletcher from Tiverton. 21-year-old, really fits the mould and the profile of what we're looking for as a club for players of that ilk. A striker with electric pace and dynamic, scores goals. He's been at Plymouth obviously as a young kid and played over 20, which is coming up to 20 appearances in the first team for Plymouth Argyle, and he's still only 21. Top goal scorer in the league below, in the top 3 or 5 in the country I think it is, for the league below. And a boy that's really ambitious and hungry to get back in the FL, but wants to do well for Bath City. We fought off some real strong opposition from other clubs within this division to get his signature. Clubs that had jumped on it late and they tried to give him more money than what we've offered, but he wanted this to be the right fit for him, and he knows that when you look at people like Miles Welsh-Hayes, Robbie Cundy have come into our football club we've developed and sold on for money. He knows that he's got a good opportunity doing that here at Bath City. So great to get him over the line. We've signed him on a long contract, and he'll come in contention for tonight straight away because it's just gone through, I've heard as well. You
said the players were in training, which isn't very common the night before a game. Was that always planned after the Peterborough one? Not really, no. We only purely because we lost 3 bodies obviously in that game, and the change in shape. Alex did come up last night and train with us, so we knew it was pretty much going to go through. It was just a formality with the paperwork. So we got him involved in training. It was literally half an hour walking through some shape, having a chat with the lads and just debriefing on where we were. It's a good opportunity to do it. We had the training ground to ourselves because it's shut down because it's a college. Kindly SGS and Ian Holtby have been fantastic with us over there, and they've allowed us to use the facilities and kept it open for us for an hour and 15 minutes. And I felt as if it was really important to do. The players wanted to do it anyway. It wasn't a punishment, like I said. And we'll see how they go tonight. You know, it's all about how they play tonight. It's not about training last night. It's all about how we perform here tonight at 7:45.
You said about the pitch might not be too conducive. We were worried it was going to rain a lot more, actually. It hasn't been too bad today. We just had a little spell a moment ago, but hopefully it will hold off for the team tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the forecast changed. It was going to be Tuesday. There was some talk of us trying to switch it, and I was quite comfortable with doing that because what we didn't want was another game off. So myself and Paul down at Havant, we had some discussions before our game Saturday, actually. But as it turned out, we had a few lads that couldn't get away from work early enough. So that's the other thing we had to take into consideration. But also the weather had changed, and it meant that it was going to be Wednesday night or Wednesday day that was going to be severe rather than tonight. We've just looked at it now there, and it doesn't look like it's coming into after 11 o'clock. So weather-wise, the pitch should be okay. We do know it's going to cut up. It's very soft, especially over the far side in front of the popular stand. It is very, very soft, and we'll have to play to those elements. And that's what we discussed about last night. It's not coming away from what we are. It's just being adaptable in any given game. And tonight, hopefully, the game plan that we've set out will work. I just want to see a team that goes out there tonight with real endeavour, real energy, a hunger to do well. And as I said, win, lose or draw, come off and be a Bath City team. We couldn't say that to them on Saturday, but I'm sure we'll get a reaction tonight.
So a reaction from the cup defeat here as well, one which I know you were pretty disappointed about afterwards.
Extremely disappointed because that was a great opportunity to go in the last 16 of the FA Trophy. No disrespect to Peterborough Sports, they came and played well, played to their maximum probably. In the end it was a 1-0 result, but we didn't do enough to score, we didn't do enough to get ourselves back in the game. It's vitally important tonight in the shape we've got that we're an attacking threat. We don't want to be at home, whoever we play, we don't want to be at home and not create chances, that's not us at all. But there has to be a solidity to us as well, and if you look at the goal that we give away, it's playing through the thirds, it was trying to play out the back with a blind pass then after that, and then we get caught on the break. And I've spoke about that sort of stuff not happening tonight. So decision making for players, all we can do is set them up, we can prepare them, and then it's up to them to make the right decisions at the right time in game time, which is the hardest thing. But we're quite excited about it actually, we're looking forward to it. I think it's a good game to play up against a team that definitely will be vying for playoffs, if not vying for automatic promotion.
Right, so the teams are in place, ready for this quarter-to-8 kick-off at Twerton Park. Bath City in their black and white striped shirts, black socks, black shorts and white socks will be playing from the Bristol end towards the Bath enders. Tom Smith gets us underway in Vanarama National League South. Bath City hoping to get back to winning ways. There's Freddie Grant now down the left, looks to play quickly down the line. Tom Smith surging forwards and does get a flick on it, but it goes all the way through to Warner. Pope throws it long, but it's gone over Fletcher, and the ball's played forwards now. Tom Smith over the halfway line. His touch isn't the best, but he's still got it ahead of Sam Magri. Still going. Tom Smith strikes, but it's over the bar. A bit of a sighter for Tom Smith. Hits it into the advertising hoardings behind the goal, but that's a show of what he can do.
Yeah, it's a good ball forward by Lloyd James, and unfortunately Tom Smith just got the ball caught between his feet a little bit.
Josh Taylor will take it, playing on the wide right this evening. Can also play in the centre of midfield, which slightly made me question how they're going to line up this evening. Taylor gets into the middle towards that towering figure of Cisse, but it is well dealt with and it's played long. It's the first chance for Fletcher to get there. He's been staying forwards, but it's played back to Grant. Grant long, but it's gone beyond Clifford, and it's through here. Tom Mayhew 1v1 with the goalkeeper, who doesn't really come out. Mayhew slots it under him. 1-0 to Bath City. Just the start they needed. Just 7 minutes in here. Tom Mayhew 1v1 makes no mistake.
Expertly finished there by Mayhew, wasn't it? It was, the ball shouldn't have reached him, but it did. And he stood up against the keeper, and he just thought, what are you going to do here? Is he going to get around? Is he going to shoot early? And then he just more or less put the keeper down and just slotted it past him. That's an excellent start for City.
It's great work from Tom Mayhew, but peace of mind of Tom Smith to leave that one. He's realised he was in offside position and would have broken the attack down. He did well there. The ball's flicked over now. Alex Fletcher 1v1. His touch lets him down a little bit, and it comes down to Moussa Diarra. He's had to play the ball out. Straker deflects it, but only as far as Mayhew's shot hits his standing leg there. Here is Gomes. Gomes to Deacon, just on this left-hand touchline, halfway inside the Bath half. Clifford in a bit of space, and he can find Wright. Wright with time to shoot and does so, but it's scuffed a little bit, and Ryan Clark will have no problems with that one. And here is Lloyd James. Jason Pope coming down the right-hand side with a bit of space. Deacon ambling out towards him, but he's played it down the line for Mayhew. Tom Smith with a lovely fake shot inside, finds a bit of space, trying to find a little bit more, but eventually has to knock it against Josh Taylor, and it's out of play for a corner kick to Bath City. Ball will be played in from the Bath right-hand side. In swinger, into the middle, it's just got away from Fletcher. The ball comes out, Mayhew takes it down out to that near side. 2 Hours, who tried to shape and cross, but Deacon's closed him out. The ball's played back. Lloyd James, the edge of the box. Alex Fletcher takes his touch, but couldn't quite get beyond Magri. He's having to play back there, Tommy Conway. He finds Grant just inside the Havant half. He's clipped over the top. Fletcher will run after it. He can keep this one in, gets it in. It's well defended, but he will keep it here. Fletcher, it's a good little bit of play to get beyond. It's come in. Tommy Conway, Tom Smith! 2-0 to Bath City. Tapped home at the back post. It's great work down the new side by the far side by Alex Fletcher, the new signing. But it's Tom Smith, the familiar face, who gets the goal.
Yeah, that's, again, good work by City. Patient down the left-hand side. Alex Fletcher's done ever so well after getting, he didn't get the first ball across and then drives it across, and there's Tom Smith sticking a leg out. And really, once he got something on it, there's only one place that was going to be.
We will see that first change after just 20 minutes here, and you think with the way they've started, it is tactical. It's Benny Reid who is going off, and as we thought, Godfrey Poku is coming on to replace him. Lloyd James plays it. It's come on, nearly came for Alex Fletcher. He's just trying to get onto it with his instep. Gomes gets the ball out towards the right-hand side. Kedwell, 25 yards from goal. Clifford trying to get round Hours on the right-hand side, plays it into the box. Dan Ball smacks it away. Absolutely no chances taken there as he puts it into the standing by a few stewards.
Yeah, still these empty grounds, quite a bit of noise despite the no fans being here.
Deacon comes inside, looks to shoot, and it's gone all the way through. I think it's a flick off Gomes in the end. Havant have got a goal back, 2-1 here.
Oh, what a good finish that was. As I said, it may have been a slight flick in it, but Deacon scored from 20 yards against us in that cup defeat, and he's done the same here. He's come in and not enough pressure on the ball, was there? And he's hit a really good left foot shot there right from the edge of the area, through a number of players, and right into the corner.
Magri gets it forward, Ball heads it down, it's in between a few players, and eventually comes to Tom Smith, who plays Conway in behind now, running down the left-hand side. He's got the beating of Diarra for pace.
It's late there.
It's a very late challenge.
Very late challenge.
For Musa Diarra, and I think there's almost certainly going to be at least
minimum
a yellow card.
I think it will be yellow.
That's what the referee has in his hands. Number 11 on his back, Freddie Grant close to him. It's cut back to Grant. Grant looks to shoot, but it's come away from Poku. Wright will chase after it, but James gets it back to Mayhew. Mayhew steers it into the middle. Dan Ball goes up, but it's headed over him by Kedwell, and the ball comes out. Batten takes it down. It'll come for Dan Ball. It's deflected. It's a great save, actually, from Ross Warner down to his left. Had to react very quickly.
Yeah, fell nicely to Ball on his stronger foot.
Plays it long in towards Kedwell. He's flicks it on beyond Batten, but the drop downs come for Pope. He's played it long. Magri's ploughed into the back of Clifford. Into the back of Tommy Conway, and has somehow managed to have been fouled by the Bath City forward.
I can't work that out at all.
A second slightly questionable decision by the referee against Bath City in as many minutes. Can you think of any justification?
Not unless it bounced up and hit his arm, the ball.
By perhaps, but even if that was the case, it was because Magri sort of moved in forwards. The ball is played in, though. It's headed by Diarra, comes out to Taylor on the volley, but it's got away by James. It's come back now. Poku, the ball halfway inside the half, tries to get out towards Rory Deacon. The pass is a little bit long.
After Saturday's performance by the official, it's very pleasant. Could be a really good pass that by
Pope with a fantastic switch to Fletcher, who chests it down really nicely, trying to get beyond Magri down the side. Looks to shoot, it's well saved in the end. It is near post by Ross Warner.
Oh, what a pass that was by Pope, wasn't it? Was that 50 yards across the pitch? Released Fletcher, had pulled off the back of the defender, and gets a good shot away. And I think this is a pretty handy save, isn't it? Yeah, covered his near post. Nice height for him.
Yeah, really showing his midfield credentials there, Jason Pope. It will be a corner kick by James, headed away by Poku. Straight back out to Lloyd James for Bath City. Finds Tommy Conway, gets the ball away from Clifford and slips as he comes into the penalty area and prods it behind for a goal kick. It's ball once again, Deacon down the side, trying to come back. Shapes this way and that before getting away from Grant. Grant does really well from some defending on the floor to keep him away. Grant still uses his body really well before playing it long. There's a bit of a shirt put on Fletcher. Straker lets the ball bounce over his head, and Fletcher's on him like a rash, and he does do really well there, Fletcher. Tom Smith burst past. He's trying to get away from Straker.
And there we go.
Speak of the devil. in many ways. The referee blows a close to the first half here. Bath City 2, Havant and Waterlooville 1. It's long into Kedwell, ball flicks it on, back and away. Taylor nods it down. Again into Kedwell, the ball's forced out towards this near side now, again with Deacon, who looks to cross on his right foot into the middle, headed away by Dan Bull. Tom Smith misses his clearance. Poku haven't putting on a lot of pressure here, gives out to the near side once again to Deacon. Freddie Grant, he's trying to dribble beyond him here, gives it back to Clifford on the edge of the penalty area. Clifford, and it just drifts wide at the end. A really good spell of pressure right in the start of this second half for Havant.
You can see what he's trying to do there. Just bend it away from Clark towards that top corner.
Flicked on by Kedwell. It will well won by Wright to get it off the head of Batten, but it is intercepted by Ball and back to Ryan Clark. Clark, who took a few liberties there, has got a few hearts racing in this commentary box. Does actually throw short in the end to Clifford. It's given back to him. Quick 1-2-3 actually to Clifford. Plays the ball into the box towards Gomes. It's got through, and it's got him through to Kedwell as well. It didn't look like he was going to get there.
Oh, he's given a penalty for the foul by Clark on Kedwell.
Clark's gone through. He has indeed. As a penalty to Havant towards Waterlooville. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Kedwell's taken a big fall here.
It's a terrible miss by Kedwell, but as Clark came out, Clark is just getting a replay now, is seeing what it's like, and
Clifford, it's flicked on there by Diarra. Kedwell, and
well, that's nothing. He just tried to jump over him.
I don't know that there's
loads
Ryan Clark.
Astonishing.
Don't know that there's loads Ryan Clark can do about that one, really. He's come out to try and block the shot. He's standing where he's standing, and Kedwell sort of follows through from his shot.
Yeah, Clark has not clattered him. Clark has come, and then Kedwell's. Really, is that?
It's in discussions with the linesman now. Can't imagine, and he's actually talking about a yellow card here to Ryan Clark. He's talking to. I think there is a card in his hand.
Yeah, there is.
This is quite astonishing.
Whether that's
it's a yellow card to Ryan Clark.
Something he said, I assume, to the match official there.
Certainly wouldn't have been based on the challenge. It's a two-step run up here, and it will be taken, centred the right way. Ryan Clark makes up for it.
It was Gomes actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was Bedcente Gomes. He was awfully confident there. Bedcente Gomes took two steps. Ryan Clark flings himself to his left-hand side, and I think we must say justice served. Ryan Clark, it's not the best of penalties, it's far from it, but Clark does really well, gets to his side and makes the save. Clipped in by James, headed into the air by Kedwell, will come out for Tom Smith, who sort of goes away from the ball. And it's played back in by Grant. It will come all the way through, and Alex Fletcher is offside.
No, he is not. Tommy Conway was offside.
He must have thought Conway, but the reactions from Alex Fletcher were lightning quick. But they are sticking with the offside.
Let's have a look at this, because he looks...
He's behind... He's behind Diarra. And I'm not sure if he's just in front of him or just about level. It'll be Taylor with the long throw, hurls it towards Diarra, who doesn't quite get the flick. It's away by Pope. Further by Mayhew, but it's well kept in by Deacon. But Bath City can come forwards now. For hours, Bath City keep possession though, as it deflected back. Grant played up the line. Tommy Conway runs down the line. This time he is onside. Hurled on by the ground staff. Tommy Conway down the side of the box, tries to set it back for Hours. He swerves to the back post. It's Straker back 2 hours, but it's gotten away.
Do I say 19 minutes to hold out?
90 minutes to go for a third.
Go for a third. Thanks, Joe, for your positivity.
We've got to go that way. Chambers Parallel on, going through the midfield here. The substitute fresh off the bench. Couldn't quite find any space, but here's Taylor, gets the ball, goes past two, and then looks to shoot. Parrott is over the bar by Taylor. It's fairly straight in the end, and I think it would have been a save from Ryan Clark, but another sight of goal and a good quick feet once again from Taylor.
City, were praising their directness and pragmatism in the first half. There's just a little bit of panic when they're in possession here at times.
Grant Fletcher, he's in behind here, he's got beyond Deacon, the goalkeeper's having to scramble back, he's away from Magri as well. Alex Fletcher, he got it through the legs, but it's just the swing of Ross Warner as he was sort of going towards the ball and sent it behind. That was a great chance, and Alex Fletcher nearly for his first goal in black and white.
They've had Danny Kedwell's bad miss, which he then got a penalty for,
Right, nearly stealing in there the flick on from the free kick. And
what's the difference with that, with Wright going over Clark and what Clark did to Kedwell, and he's taking no action?
Clark stayed down. I think there's a reasonable shout for that to be certainly a foul, possibly even a yellow card. I think there's a flash of studs, maybe.
This is where you get frustrated because, of a poor first decision, you're judging the others on that. You see, he's left his foot in on him. Well,
I think it's fair to say that it's a similar situation for the penalty, as you say.
Yeah.
I don't think either a particular foul.
In reverse, but
you try to protect the keepers more than you do other players.
It's Tom Mayhew going off by looks of things.
It is Tom Mayhew, so he's coming off for Tom Richards, as we said, as the onslaught of high balls continues into this Bath City back line. Fortunately, they do have 3 centre-backs on the field, but it's left, it's gone all the way through. Bakayoko has got there! And if that was the chance, they've squandered it. Bath City lead Havant and Waterlooville by 2-1 after a penalty was missed in the second half. Here's Bakayoko, gets the ball coming forwards now. Onto the edge of the penalty area, it's dropped, and it's curving, but he scuffed it badly there, and it's gone wide. And it is 6 minutes bang on there, Quentin.
Wow.
There's no surprises. 6 more minutes of Bath City to hold on to this lead. And Taylor still going. Deacon still to one side of him. Eventually the ball is fed out to this right-hand side. He's got space to go into. Grant not sure whether to stay or go. He's still going here. Deacon inside the penalty area. Deacon looks to shoot, goes into a crowd of bodies. Taylor as well. And he'll come all the way through before it's flicked out to the near side. And that was an offside, and Bath City have a free kick.
City not left anyone up, so if it comes out, he's going straight back.
There's pressure on the goalkeeper, goes into the middle as well. It's coming towards Bakayoko, but
brilliant
can't get anything onto it. And Ryan Clark dives onto the ball. Referee no whistle to his mouth out of yet. Poku gets it forwards. It's flicked on by Diarra to Kepwell. Kepwell looks to get it forwards. Bakayoko lets it roll through. He's round. And I don't think that's a foul, but it's going to be a free kick to close out.
And a caution to Jack Batten.
And another yellow card for Bath City.
Is this the 5th one?
It's got to be. Conway's got one. Tom Smith. I think Richard's got one. Ryan Clark has one. Pope has one.
Is it a 6th?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's a fine.
98 minutes on the clock. Anthony Straker clips in towards the back post towards Kebwell. It's got away. Tommy Conway. Here's Warner on the edge of the box. The goalkeeper in unfamiliar territory. Into Kebwell. He's gone to the ground.
Dive.
There is a tackle by Conway. It's gone through. Alex Fletcher could be in here. He won't get beyond Chambers Parallon. The referee is still not blown time.
This is astonishing. Fletcher. We're up to over 98 minutes.
The ball's played forwards. It's out for a throw-in. Bath City apoplectic on the touchline. Jim Rollo saying, "Where's the whistle?" But there were players throwing themselves to the floor for anything they could possibly conceive as a penalty. Alex Fletcher, referee, it is full time. It was 98 minutes, 45 seconds in the end, but Bath City have held Havant and Waterlooville to just the 1 goal, which is enough to give them 3 vital points in the league this season, bouncing straight back from the disappointment and the poor performance at the weekend to a spirited and all-round very good performance this evening. Bath City 2, Havant and Waterlooville 1.
Well, and I'll just go on that, Tom Smith has been, some of the City players have been, but Havant players are giving the referee, particularly Kedwell and Poku, giving him merry hell there, and he's taking no action about it, and where he gets 2.5 minutes extra is beyond me. So I have to say, he started off very well, the referee. I think towards the end of the game he lost it a bit. But let's not concentrate on that. Let's concentrate on the win for City, which is, in the circumstances, on the back of a very, very poor defeat on Saturday, is a terrific win against a decent Havant and Waterlooville outfit. They can be absolutely delighted with those 3 points.